Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be showing you guys Artanis. This will probably be a 3.0 video because I think I already have Artanis 2.0 in that 2.0 playlist I made. Anyway, this was a suggestion from someone who watches some of my videos, Marine Man Pro. He wanted to see how viable Tempests are on the Void Thrashing mission. So Tempests only come with Artanis in co-op missions, so I'm going to see how viable this method is. And the point of this was because Tempest should be able to outdistance the Void Thrasher's attack. And I believe they should. So we'll see how viable it is. And matching up Tempest is always a great strategy because once you get a lot of them, they do a lot of damage and decimate everything in their path. Alright, so Power Set 1, I've got everything in Guardian, Shell Life, and Shield Restoration. Power Set 2, I've got Warp Charge Cooldown Reduction. And Power Set 3, everything in Chrono Boost Efficiency. And I am just going to be playing with a random player, and I will be giving you guys live commentary once again. We're going to hop straight into things. Alright, it looks like we're going to be playing with a level 9 Alarak, and that person's name is SH Brain. I'm not sure if that's the correct way to pronounce that, but we're going to go with it. Alright. I'm going to start producing some probes, and right away we're going to get up our gateway, and we're going to get up both of our gas on our nexus. Both of these Vespene geysers here. Alright. And I do want to throw down at least one pylon for this entire match, because I want to make sure that I can actually build buildings. Because at level 15 Artanis, you don't have to worry about supply, for those of you who don't know. That's a very huge perk while playing as Artanis. Okay, I'm going to save up for a second here so I can get down my first gateway. And that's the only gateway we're going to, or warp gate that is, because you don't even have to get the warp gate research from the cybernetics core. That's the only warp gate that we're going to create with Artanis in this playthrough because we are going mass Tempest. And I believe what I'm going to do is just go with 2 Stargates, and then I'll also get this. As soon as I have my first Stargate up, I'm going to get the Fleet Beacon, because you need the Fleet Beacon to build Tempest. Then once the Fleet Beacon's up, then I'll have both of my Stargates up at that point. And I'm going to put them in a hotkey and just start pumping out as many Tempests as I can get. In the meantime, though, I'm going to get about 3 Zealots. I'll take down these rocks over at the expansion over here. And those 3 Zealots should be able to take on the first wave just fine. Especially because I'll have over 50 energy by the time the first wave comes. So I can use this Orbital Strike ability. Okay, we're going to throw down our next simulator on the Vespene geyser. I'm going to keep on pumping out those probes. I'm going to wait on upgrades. Well, actually, you know what? I am going to start getting shields level 1 because the forge is already built. Might as well. Actually, no, take that back. I probably shouldn't have built my forge so soon, but well, conflicted I am. Alright, I'm throwing down another forge. Might as well. Okay, we should be able to handle this first wave just fine. I'm going to keep on having our Zealot over at the expansion hammering away at these rocks in the meantime. Alright, and we're doing really well on our probes. We're completely capped out at our original base right now. And I'm going to use this Orbital Strike ability.
We have encountered enemy terrorists.
Didn't really have to use too much of it. Too bad I can't launch in the unknown. Oh, I should have used that on my rocks. What a waste. Oh well. I'm going to make do with what we have still. And now I'm going to throw down my first Stargate. And we're just going to keep on saving resources again. Alright, now I'm going to use this, I'm going to shift click so I'm attacking these rocks and I shift clicked into this rock and then shift clicked into this rock on this geyser. And these Zealots will keep on doing work for me while I'm not looking. Okay. Yes, now we have the shield upgrade going well. Okay, and if my teammate, well, I'll probably have to send over. Alright, I'll just create one more Zealot here. So instead of 3 Zealots, I'm creating 4. I'm just going to use this one Zealot so I can get close enough to this Void Thrasher and use my Solar Bombardment ability. I'm completely certain that I don't need to worry about saving the solar bombardment ability. I know what's going to be coming. I'll be able to easily handle with these Tempests. And we're going to build our Nexus ASAP at our expansion and throw down some Vespene or assimilators. Well, I'm only going to throw down one for now because we're not going to be able to collect any gas from them really right now. Okay, and I need to build this fleet beacon right away. And I'm going to warp in another Stargate. And then once I have enough gas, I'll get a robotics facility also. Just throw down all of my buildings right away. We don't need the robotics facility right away, but there are going to be some things that you need detection for. And, I mean, if your teammate gets detection, that's fine. But just for the heck of it, I don't know how good my teammate actually is, so I'm going to get detection just to make sure we're okay. And once again, I'm not all too worried about this oncoming wave. I'll probably use orbital strikes to help my teammate out here. Well, actually, he'll be able to finish these guys off fine. It's just a bunch of Reapers. And one Marauder. Yep, that wasn't a problem at all. Okay, I'm going to throw both of my Stargates into the number 4 hotkey, my Warp Gate, or Warp Stargates, that is. And then I'm going to throw my Warp Gate into hotkey number 3. I've got my Fleet Beacon out now. Let's see here. Alright, and then there's one upgrade from the Fleet Beacon we're probably going to get. Disintegration enables Tempest to deal damage over time to an enemy unit or structure, so we're going to get that ability as well. That'll just increase the amount of DPS that we have on each of these Tempests, because it's just extra damage. Gotta get that. Alright, and then we are going to start warping in these Tempests. And you want to try really hard not to lose any of your Tempests. It's very important that you get a huge mass of these units, so you can keep on destroying everything in your path. Okay, I'm going to throw these probes onto this assimilator here. Keep on pumping them out. Oh, my cat wants attention. Alright. Alright, let's see here. Okay, we got these Tempests over here. I do want to make sure to get another Cybernetics core because that is where you're going to be able to get your air upgrades from. So I want to be able to get my air weapons upgrade and my air armor upgrades at the same time. That'll be the best way to make your Tempest as strong as you can as fast as possible. And now we have all of our supply lines and gas completely capped out. So we're sitting very well right now. I'm going to throw down some more of these Tempests here. Hopefully this attack wave comes straight at us. Alright, I'm going to use shield overcharge and then my orbital strike ability, and then we're just going to push straight on forward. Okay. Alright, there we go. Now I'm going to get air armor level 1. And I need at least one more probe just in case I need to... Oh yeah, I still want to build that robotics facility. Or robotics bay. Here, let's see what it's actually called. It is a robotics facility, and then robotics bay is the upgraded building. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we are still pushing forward here. I'm going to use my solar bombardment ability on this other Void Thrasher, and for those of you who don't know, one solar bombardment is enough to take out one of these Void Thrashers easily. Completely takes it out. Okay. We have a ton of minerals and gas, so I'm going to spawn in a bunch more of these Tempests. And as you can see, as long as you micro right and keep your units at the right distance, the Void Thrasher's attack should not be able to hit your Tempests. Okay, we're going to want to actually build a Twilight Council as well. That way we can keep on upgrading our shields ability at the Forge. Because shields affect everything, your defenses, your air units, and your ground units. So you want to make sure to keep getting that. I don't need that pylon. I can squeeze everything into one pylon. Make best use of my space as I can. Okay. And because Tempest costs 300 minerals and 200 gas, you're going to have a... and because you don't get that much gas unless you're playing with Swan, you're going to have a huge... I mean, you're going to run out of resources right away, but... It seems that I always run into having way too many minerals. I'm going to see if my teammate actually... it doesn't look like my teammate's going for this. He's just going to let me do all the work. Fair enough. I should be able to clear out this fine. I'm going to use my Orbital Strike ability again. I don't want to lose these Tempests if I can try. I had some Zealots to distract, so that helped a little bit. Oh yeah, we did fine. Okay, now we are going to likely run into some stealth units. So I really do want to make sure to get at least one observer out. And right now I'm getting air armor and air weapon levels 2 right now. Just got to save up a little bit more Vespene gas here. Alright, and I just warped in an observer. I'm just going to click that observer to follow these Tempests. And the best thing about Tempest is if you don't have a teammate moving forward with you and you use the attack command, these Tempests have such good range that nothing will actually get to them. And if you have a bunch of them, that is. Nothing, they can start attacking everything before they actually get into the range of the enemy's attack. And the enemy, if they start coming towards you, they'll die before they actually get to your Tempest. It just works out so well. The only thing you might run into problems with is these hybrids. And as you can see, my teammate just completely decimated those hybrids with his Ascendants. Alright, we are doing very awesome right now. Okay, I'm going to use my Project Power Field ability so I can warp in the Tempest right into the battlefield. And as you can see, these Tempests and my teammate are doing very well right now. We're absolutely destroying this guy. Oh, and I think you have to manually use your Disintegration ability. I actually did not realize that. I guess I haven't played Artanis for a while here. Alright, so you got to use that D hotkey for the Disintegration ability.
Taking some serious heat here. Void Thrashers ain't letting up.
Detecting enemy.
Alright, there we go. We are destroying this guy. Alright, I'm going to throw down Shield Overcharge ability since there is an enemy wave oncoming and I don't want my Tempest to die here. And I'm going to try to spread out my Tempest just in case there is area damage, or splash damage that is.
Better get ready to handle them.
Okay, and I'm not actually going to save my Solar Bombardment for the last area because I want to take out this bonus objective before it flies away. Just make sure that we can kill it. Oh, and it looks like my teammate actually used his Ascendants with their, I think it's Mind Blast ability if I'm correct. That Mind Blast ability actually lets his Tempest do, I think it's something like 150 damage or 100 damage for every single time that ability is used to a single target. So a huge amount of damage. So I actually probably didn't even need to use my Solar Bombardment ability there. And if I was on top of things, make sure to chrono boost these buildings that you have upgraded after you're completely, your supply is completely full here. I mean, after you've capped out your supply lines. I mean, you don't need chrono boost on your Nexus anymore. So just start using your chrono boost on your Forge and your Cybernetics cores. Okay, and then I'm just going to warp in a bunch more of these Tempests. And I mean, this is decently fast. We're at 17-minute StarCraft time right now. And I've done this in even quicker with Tempest before. But, I mean, it's so easy. If you want a strategy that just completely wipes your teammate away, you just destroy everything in your path. Nothing can stop you. Doesn't matter what kind of army you're facing. Go Tempest. That's the way to go. And Artanis is already an easy commander to use in the first place. Tempest just make it even more of an effective strategy to use Artanis. Alright, we're going to warp in some more of these Tempests because we have excess minerals and gas. Way excess minerals and gas. Well, geez, I have so many minerals. If you really wanted to make this strategy effective, you would be warping in a bunch of Zealots. That would be the best way to actually go about this strategy. That's actually what I should do. Alright, so for you guys in the future, make sure to use the Disintegration ability after you actually get it. I don't even think you guys need to get the Disintegration ability from the Fleet Beacon, honestly. I mean, the strategy's good. I mean, the upgrade's good. It does a lot of damage. But, I mean, the Tempests do so much damage with their just basic attack that you really don't have to use it. And then, I mean, you don't even need the Zealots, but, I mean, I've got 7,000 excess minerals right now. And if you use Zealots, easily would make your strategy much more effective. You would be able to clear the mission even faster that way. So there you have it, everyone. Very easily cleared out this Void Thrashing mission. Not the fastest I've beat the mission before, but the Tempests easily outrange the Void Thrashers, and they do a lot of damage. Everything dies before they even touch them. You don't have to worry about losing on brutal difficulty. If that's your main goal, you don't want to lose on brutal difficulty, definitely go with Tempest. And just do the strategy I did. You know, use 2 Stargates, build your fleet beacon right away, and then get 1 Forge and 2 Cybernetics cores. That way you can get all of your upgrades that you need, and you'll be able to build enough Tempests. Each Stargate has 3 warp-ins each that it can save up to, so you have six possible warp-ins at a time with your Tempests, and you'll never have to worry about not being able to produce enough of those Tempests. If you want to make the strategy better than what I did, build a bunch of warp gates so you can spawn in a bunch of zealots too to soak up some of that supply and excess minerals that you're using. Well, I hope this was helpful for all of you guys. I'm definitely glad that Marine Man Pro suggested this, and I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks again.